Hello guys, today I'll be reviewing Of Beauty and Rage by Red. Now I have done other videos for Red on my channel, such as my review for their latest single Sever, and if you haven't seen that review yet, definitely check it out after this review. But yeah, I still remember the day when I went ahead and bought this album from Walmart when the album came out, and just being really stoked to come back home and listen to the album and just experiencing that first listen. But I remember being wowed during my first listen, especially with certain songs like Gravity Lies and Darkest Part. But yeah, instantly after my first listen, I knew it was going to be one of their best albums. And today, it is one of my personal favorite Red albums. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to the album. The album starts off with Descent, which is a theatrical slash moody introduction to the album. And this leads into Imposter, which has always been one of my personal favorites on the album. And I've always really dug that lead up into the chorus. But yeah, again, one of my personal favorites on the album and just a really good song in general. But next we have Shadow and Soul, and the title of this album to me can be a decent way to describe the song musically. And what I mean by that is that the beauty part of that title can refer to the melodies and theatrics in the song, while the rage part of the title can refer to some of the riffs and screams in the song. But yeah, Shadow and Soul is another really solid song on the album, and kind of a unique song on the album too, in my opinion. But next we have Darkest Part, and this is of course one of the singles, and this song is essentially about emotions driven by a person needing salvation or just feeling vulnerability. Now, out of all the lyrical interpretations that I've heard for the song, which are a lot, these are the two that I hear the most. But I liked this song when it came out, and I still enjoy it today. But next we have Fight to Forget. Now, this is another favorite of mine on the album. It has some of my favorite riffs on the album, and the riff around the 15 seconds mark kind of reminds me of a riff from Lying From You by Linkin Park, specifically a riff towards the beginning of that song, like around the 10 or 15 second mark, something like that. But yeah, Fight to Forget. I think this song is really underrated and maybe deserves more attention from fans. I really like that song. But next we have Of These Chains, and this is a strong, effective ballad that features some pretty solid vocals from Michael Barnes, in my opinion. But next we have Falling Sky, another favorite of mine on the album. This song to me demonstrates how well Red can balance heaviness and melody. And I also really love the chorus in the song, especially the vocals you get from Michael Barnes as he's delivering the lyrics. But yeah, Falling Sky, another underrated song on the album, kind of. Really enjoy that song. But next we have The Forest, which is a short interlude, and this leads into Yours Again, which is another really good song on the album. And next we have What You Keep Alive. This is another song that I think has some of my favorite riffs on the album, and it's slightly underrated. It's maybe arguable, but I think it's maybe a pinch underrated. I think What You Keep Alive is another pretty good song. But next we have Gravity Lies. I don't know what it is about this song, but it is maybe my favorite song on the album. I really love it. I love everything about it. The riffs, the melodies, the balance between heaviness and melody. I like the vocals, the drum work. I like everything about it. I don't know what it is, but I just think it's so good and kind of underrated. And it's always been one of my favorite Red songs ever since my first listen of the song. But yeah, Gravity Lies, if you haven't heard it in a while, definitely give it a listen. Really good song, and of course one of my favorites on the album and one of the best songs on the album, easily. But next we have Take Me Over and The Ever, and these two songs have honestly never been some of my favorites on the album, but even though that's the case, I still think these songs are pretty good. It was nice hearing these songs again all this time later, because again, these songs don't really have the strongest replay value for me personally. And that's no knock on the songs or anything. I still do like these songs overall, though. But next we have Part That's Holding On. And with this song, I think this song has some of the best vocals on the album. I mean, the music is great in this song too, but the vocals for me just really stand out the most in this song. And some might disagree about how well these vocals stand out in the song, but I don't know. I remember during my first listen of Part That's Holding On, I just remember being really wowed by Michael Barnes' vocals, but yeah. Part That's Holding On, I think is another pretty solid song on the album, but the album closes with Ascent, which ends things in a theatrical way, in a red way. But yeah, that's my review of Beauty and Rage. If you have any questions on on my thoughts on some of the songs on the album or anything like that, feel free to ask in the comment section below. But anyways, let's go ahead and give this album a rating. If I had to rate this album, I'd have to give it probably a 9 out of 10. Again, I think it's one of their best albums, and maybe a unique album within their discography. I don't know. I think it's a pretty strong album, and definitely a great follow-up to, of course, Release the Panic. Now, I've heard some people call Release the Panic their worst album. Personally, I kind of like Release the Panic more than Gone, but even though that's the case, I still think Gone is pretty good too. I mean, Gone does have its fair share of great songs like the title track, Losing Control, AI, Step Inside the Violence, Still Alive, Fracture, and many others, but I don't know, maybe it's because I became a fan around the Release the Panic era, maybe that's the reason why I like Release the Panic more, and maybe due to nostalgia, however you want to put it, but anyways, A Beauty and Rage, 9 out of 10, really good album, one of their best albums in my opinion. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this album. Let me know some of your favorite or least favorite songs on the album. Do you love the album? Do you hate the album? Is it one of your favorite Red albums? And all that good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and a like, subscribe. Have a nice day and take care.